Off the coast of the Morbihan in Brittany is an island for all those who want to disconnect. A 45-minute ferry ride separates the island from the mainland, making Belle-Île-en-Mer a world apart that attracts 100,000 visitors every year. Among them are Lindsay and Louise, two Australian tourists from the island of Tasmania.
We live on an island, and it's a lot bigger than this one. There's some lovely cliffs on the other side, so we'll be able to walk along them, I think, so that'll be good.
The harbour of Le Palais is the point of entry to Belle-Île. Le Palais is one of 4 communes on this 85-square-kilometre piece of rock, which is home to 5,000 permanent residents and just as many people with holiday homes. Our Australian tourists and their friends will head to the west of the island for a walk along the coastal paths. These paths, which once gave customs officers a clear view of the sea, now offer ramblers breathtaking vistas, notably of the famous needles of Port Coton.
Take the stress away, just walk around, enjoy the scenery, magnificent scenery. New coastline, we're sort of talking about what it'd be like if it was really rough. I reckon that'd be spectacular when the big storms come.
It's beautiful, yes. Especially the cliffs and the coloured water and the clarity of the water where you can see down into the rocks below the water.
But the tourists also appreciate Belle-Île's food. Sauzon, the island's second port, is a meeting place for lovers of fresh fish. Miriam came here on holiday 38 years ago, met fisherman Jean-François David, and they've been inseparable ever since. There are only a dozen professional fishermen left on the island, and they sell their catches on the quayside next to their boats.
So what's in today's catch?
We have 2 turbots, a red gounod, and underneath we have monkfish cheeks, monkfish liver, monkfish fillets, monkfish tails, and a lobster, and a big spider crab.
So it's a good catch then?
What do you think? It's not bad today.
Not bad.
How's the fishing in summer?
One of the worst times. It's when we catch the least.
Especially in August.
Especially August, right.
August is a problem because there's more demand than supply.
So it's a bit stressful?
Very stressful.
I've given you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
People don't just come to see Miriam for her fish, but to hear what she has to say.
They like to know where the fish has come from, how to cook it. So I give them a few recipes. They often think it's hard to cook fish, when in fact it's very easy. You don't have to make a fancy sauce for monkfish. You can simply pan-fry a monkfish steak and drizzle it with olive oil, add a squeeze of lemon, and it's delicious.
Someone who's an expert at cooking fish is Christophe.
Only monkfish today, no turbot?
No. Tomorrow, I hope. Spider crabs and monkfish are all I have.
The chef has bought his fish every day directly from Miriam for the past 27 years. On tonight's menu, roasted monkfish Christophe style.
I'm doing roasted monkfish with artichoke puree and a pomegranate dressing. Some cauliflower, spring onions, a few drops of fish sauce.
Did you invent this recipe?
Yes, because I love Asian food. And it gives beautiful colours on the plate.
Seared in the pan for 5 minutes, then finished in the oven, and it's ready.
Cut it into pieces. Beautiful piece of fish.
It's one of the most popular dishes at his restaurant among summer tourists. Leaving the coast and venturing into the luscious countryside of Belle-Île, we'll discover one of the island's best-kept secrets.
No sudden movements, no screams. Don't worry if a bee lands on you, even on the veils in front of your face. It won't do anything, it'll just sit there and smell you.
Quentin, the beekeeper, who settled on the island 13 years ago, offers tourists the chance to meet the European dark bee, a species that's threatened with extinction in mainland France.
If I scrape around a bit, there's liquid honey underneath. I'll taste it. Delicious. They're making honey at the moment. One of them spits out the nectar and another one swallows it, and it's done.
Quentin enjoys welcoming tourists. For many of the island's permanent residents, seeing new faces is a breath of fresh air.
It's also a way of getting a bit lost in the crowd, which is difficult on Belle-Île. Not knowing all these people is quite enjoyable, and they fill me with enthusiasm. Holidaymakers make me want to travel, because in spring and summer I can never go on holiday. Holidaymakers make me feel like I'm on holiday too. We have a bee being born, right here.
Quentin's hives buzz with 40,000 dark bees. Far from the menaces of the mainland, this species has found a protected environment and a haven of peace in which to thrive. And maybe that's the secret of Belle-Île-en-Mer.